Falling in love with life. This is a short story from the Decoding Reality. It's called The Walk. Judy walked with a smile and shared her loving kindness without exception to all she would encounter. She was grounded in her truth for the love and the care of humanity. Each moment revealed many facets of her loving nature. Her wonderful smile always greeted me. I left her with a smile on my face and a lot to ponder on. I told Judy of my wish that I could bottle her energy and have others spray it upon themselves. Her energy was soft, unfixed, and open. Judy, being 87 years old, held many memories of others who were now a faint memory of the dear departed ones. It always amazed me at her authentic care and concern for others. She was interested in everyone without exception, never being a judge of others or a harsh word against anyone. Judy accepted everyone exactly how they were. She saw flaws in others, but this did not shape the way she communicated. Her love was her way, an endless stream of good tidings that knew no limitations. People would gravitate to her, sensing her positive, high, positive energy. She was in a state of perpetual happiness, living with strong conviction, owning her feelings. Every moment was a precious act of gratefulness. Judy shared her wisdom with me one day as we strolled along together. She spoke of love engenders the belief that one is safe in exposing the heart to express what shyness would have us conceal. To expose one would to expose what one would hide. She said that this is a common thread that holds the human family together. Might it be time to weave this luminous tapestry large enough to include all? Can we see everyone and simply just accept just as they are, never holding back or separating ourselves? She would meet up every day at the same time, 4:30, with five other elderly ladies. I called the group the 4:30 ladies. The walking path is set against the backdrop of the San Francisco Bay. In the distance, the city skyline appears when it's not hidden from view, with the mix of fog and soft rays of sunlight cutting through. It was a heavenly experience. There are only two places on my many travels where I have experienced such amazing light: the beauty of Tuscany and San Francisco. The light is soft, a wondrous feeling of walking down and the path that is floating and veiled. As I walked, grounding my senses within my a mystical sensibility of lightness of being, each step I took was a sacred moment to allow the silence from within to be known. Pelicans and seagulls glided above the water. Their reflected shadows became a dance upon the rays of sunlight that sparkled across the constant ripple of waves, softly caressing the shoreline. One day, as I was sitting on a bench overlooking the bay, tears slowly fell from my eyes. I was feeling sadness, which held me in a perplexed emotional state. Alone and unsure of my future, I pondered on the many scenarios of my possible disastrous fate that loomed in the years ahead. I was feeling so very alone, aging and vulnerable looking back when I was young and courageous. Now all I felt was weak, afraid, and empty. I became aware that Judy was walking towards me. I began to pat my face dry. and wear my dark, large sunglasses, hoping that Judy did not notice my distress. As Judy approached, she asked me, was it okay to sit with me? I greeted her, saying, yes, please, that she would be most welcome. Judy spoke of her memories of growing up as a young woman in a man's world. She said that it was a time that there was great division between men and women of not having their rights, feeling not being valued and worthy, great hardship and human suffering were the order of the day. I asked her what decade she was referring to, and she replied, it was in my 20s, the years of the Great Depression. I said I could not imagine what she had lived through, as in my lifetime I have only experienced many possibilities and opportunities. How the times have changed for women. She said change challenges formed her strength and her character. It took who she was to become who she was today. I told her of my deep sadness I was feeling at that very moment. She said, how fragile is the heart. Within our sadness, we can find our way to our actual strength, acknowledging and embracing the many aspects of our emotional self. She invited me to sit with my feelings, as there was wisdom to be discovered, as our pain is our best teacher. Looking back over the years, my simple walks have changed my life forever. I became a better person. Falling in love with life became my way. I look forward to my intimate conversations with Judy that were spoken in an unhurried, relaxed way. Her soft voice drew you in. She shared her alchemy of living life from her powerful expression of her character. Upon meeting Judy, I knew I would always share a moment of love. Judy shared her many antidotes to life's challenges. As we spoke, I carefully listened. She spoke of not getting caught up in fixed attitudes. Occasionally, I joined the 4:30 ladies. I listened to their express hurt and disappointments of life expressing their pain. I watched as Judy, with her caring understanding and energy of love, held space for all, as she had done for me. Judy did not love anyone more or less. She accepted all on their terms. Judy said the importance of one's attitude and mindset that served as a daily practice in connecting with empathy. She took the time to get to know each person, giving her full attention. She relied on her invincible power of love, which sustained her endless amount of energy. A powerful attitude of mind over matter prevailed over the many decades of her experiences. Her dedication to transforming her emotional pain gave her freedom from the common drudgery suffered by most. Her most humble self was always there to care for and help those in need. She was the living embodiment of living to serve. This was who she was. What a gift she gave of herself. I asked Judy, how do you always remain so happy? She had a quick reply. I learned a long time ago to simplify, to forgive, forget, let go, to quiet the mind. One look at love, you can see the beauty of all. Look to love so we may see the hope and the unfolding of the sweetness of life. All it takes is a simple smile. Judy smoked always in a direct, uncomplicated manner, telling of her experiences of what worked for her. She embraced life in all its degrees of variances and greatness. She said, let life happen, to enjoy all the experiences, never in favor of one. I found that through this, I see the divine spirit of creation in everyone and everything. To have discovered that life is a series of opportunities, the absence of fear allows for the spaciousness that becomes filled with happiness. Every day I choose gratitude. This becomes the way to joy. Judy reminded me what matters from our daily simple actions is the kindness of heart. In each precious moment within meeting Judy, I knew I was loved. I was infused with her positive, gentle, loving energy. It was and has awakened within me, connecting me to my infinite presence. My curiosity beckoned me to follow it. All my beliefs and thoughts were no longer my concern. In its place was the absolute present moment, inviting me into a peaceful state of being. I felt so alive, feeling connected to everything. There was no separation known. I walked with the knowing of beauty from deep within and beauty all around. My body and mind were profoundly relaxed. I walked in harmony with inner peace as grace was guiding my way. I found, or did life find me? Thankfulness opened my eyes to the many life lessons. All my experiences with Judy were there to inspire me by revealing the unknown higher truths. Judy pointed the way. She was in service, being in celebration of life. She lived and connected to the whole of brotherhood. Because of her healthy mindset, her happiness was step by step taking her to a higher ground of love. We shared many holy moments within the spirit of the absolute power of love.